Hey, hey y'all. Have you ever thanked God for something you didn't get? And I don't mean like months down the road, like in hindsight. I mean right then. Probably not. And I'm not trying to judge when I say that either. I don't. It's not typically something you do. When you're asking God for something and then you don't get it, in that moment, maybe you're kind of frustrated, maybe kind of upset. So, I get it. I get that. But if you would turn with me to Ecclesiastes 3:1. Again, Ecclesiastes 3:1. To everything that's season, a time for every purpose under heaven. I'm not gonna read the rest of it because they just give examples, everything. I think verse 1 pretty much well sums it up. I mean, for what we're gonna talk about. Anyway, so like I say, that's not something we normally do, or that's not something you normally hear about. Someone thanking God for something they didn't get, maybe in the moment. Maybe they thank God for what they didn't get, or do they see why they didn't get it as time goes on? But at the time, you probably don't. A practical example from my own life. A couple weeks ago, I had a job interview. Well, I didn't have it lined up or anything, but I had the semblance of a job interview. I just needed to confirm the time and confirm the date and everything. But I ended up really sick. I ended up with bronchitis. So I couldn't make it. I couldn't go. And because of that, the guy who told me about it, a friend of mine from church, said the position had already been filled. And I was a little disappointed, more for the fact that he had vowed for me. He had vowed for me for that interview for the guy to meet me, and I hadn't been there. I mean, it wasn't my fault. If I had been there, I could have, but I wasn't. So I was disappointed in that respect, upset with myself. I guess I was disappointed too that I wouldn't be able to get it, that the job was what filled. But but I didn't roll in on it because something my mom told me a while ago, and I won't and I'll probably never forget it, and I'm thankful for that. She told me, well, you don't need to do something just to do something. I mean, God's brought you as far as He has in your life, and this is just in general now. God maybe brings people as far as He does in your life. He won't just abandon them to get just any job, anything that just pays money. I mean, one thing I thought of when I heard that was, well, it wasn't my dream job. it wasn't like something I was really angry for. It was just something I was told about. Maybe the guy would want to meet me, and even then, there's no guarantee that I would have got it. So, but I remember that and those words that hey, when you know what you're supposed to do, and this is in general too, when you know what you're supposed to do, it'll just hit you like lightning. Now, that's not an excuse for that's not an excuse for being lazy. You gotta be proactive too. And a lot of people don't think of waiting as being proactive. They think of it as just being lazy or just an excuse to be idle, but it's not. Now it may be a little idle and a little lazy. It just be another conversation if you weren't doing anything. If you just want to make a good accounting for yourself and just laid around in front of the TV eating junk food and everything. But I mean, for another example, I've got a YouTube channel going up. Now I don't know how that's gonna turn out long term, or if it's gonna eat anything, if it's gonna turn out being anything. But I'm making a good accounting for myself, and every well, not every person I meet. I'm not that egotistical, but some people I meet, I tell them about, hey, I got a YouTube channel. They ask what I do. I said, hey, right now I've got a YouTube channel, Pat to Cody Mitchell under YouTube. I did that so I could distinguish myself. And you never know what little, quote, insignificant or small acts that you'll make that'll affect somebody's life. I mean, not not trying to do anything really. Well, I don't say I'm not trying to do anything really big, but that's not exactly true. I'm trying to bring glory to God. I'm trying to bring, but as far as looking for something and expecting it to take off very big, I don't. Yeah, it could be nice if it did, but that's not the end all be all of me. What I'm trying to say, that's not. You shouldn't do anything just for yourself. You should do a Betsy Christians. Secular people are a bit different, but a Betsy Christian, they should always not just keep God in mind, but keep God at the forefront and the center of anything and everything they do. And as long as you honor God, you're doing what He wants you to do. You may not be doing what you want to do, or you may not be doing, well, you may not be doing exactly what you want to do, or you may not be doing something you thought you'd do at this age, but if you're honoring God with what you do, I mean, you're doing what He wants you to do, and you're making a good accounting for yourself. You're not being, you're not being idle. You're not being lazy. I think we need to redefine those just a little bit. But Guys, as it's first said, to everything there's a season and a time for every purpose under heaven. There's a reason for what you're doing right now. And there's a reason for what you're not doing right now. It may not be in the moment, but it needs you to keep in mind that you should be thanking God for what hasn't happened to you yet, because it's not meant to happen, because God's not been in it. And the moment you try to step into anything that God's not in, is the moment the devil can easily grab you. Guys, I love you. God bless you. And I'll see you next week.